Hi, this is Perkunas, the catalyst. This is a chapter of the Universal Garden, my favorite one, because it's full of appreciation, full of goodness, and this is a segment of a greater perspective. And you have been selected among millions of humans to be part of this journey. You are. Indeed, you have. It's not a joke. I thought to make a joke about it, but then I realized, wait, it's not a joke. It is rare. It is rare that you are here. Not many people is gonna see this. I used to run a business for many years, and I did one energetical requirement. And I just want to do this for the people that resonate with this. And then all the people that I was serving, the food that I was making, that was energetical healing foods, high vibrational foods I call it, were just full of appreciation. I never have any issue. It was just full of self-appreciation and appreciation for the service and for my services. And I was appreciating them for every time I would see them, when I talk to them. It was a continuous ongoing on of expansion. It was beautiful until the point when I felt like I had to let it go. Yeah, it started expanding and my cells started being nationwide. Then I was using a lot of packaging and I was not feeling comfortable with using so much of foil bubble and carton and tape and sending things to all over the United States and all the gas and production. I could have made peace with that, although why? If I can do so many things, I can do a lot of things in life. That was my choice, and I was selective on the people that I resonate with. And as I am selective when I do my experiences, I do select individually. As I can compose a dish, I see a variety of ingredients and I know which ingredients go together. So the same way I, energetically speaking, I pick the people that will go in this experience and the other. I am the composer. Unless specific requirements, I can take groups as well. I can take online sessions with groups. I can do one-on-one. But isn't that fun? Isn't that fun that you are one of a kind? You are. You are one of a kind. And I'm not trying to sell you anything. It's just I'm telling you what it is. Yeah, I wrote a joke about selection process. New humanity. They're like, okay, no, it's actually true. It feels right to tell you that you're pretty unique, and I'm happy that you're here. Really, this is a segment of a greater perspective in which you have decided to swim into, to compose a reality that you perceive from with the new elements, with the new information. Let's say you already resonate with this information already. Whatever I say resonates with you. It feels like it's for you. I'm just a catalyst. I'm this catalyst for changes. I'm here for guidance. I'm here for learning from you as well. We are in this together, in this planet, spaceship, going through the galaxy. Continuously you are feeling, breathing, and feeding from this energy, and feel the energy that you are generating, embrace it. And you may feel new, so it might take a little bit of adjustment. If you feel a little bit of things moving around, stirring around, it's natural, okay? It's like a change in your diet. When you change your thoughts, the vibration changes to get adjusted to the new vibration. It takes sometimes a little bit of time. So be aware of that. Don't think that there's something wrong. No, there's changes happening in you. And that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. And most people, they wouldn't be. You would just will jump into happiness and that's it. And they will flow through it. As when you change diets, you start doing a cleanse, let's say, suddenly you need to go more to the bathroom and release. Then feel like getting sick. No, your body is cleansing. The same happens with your thought process that has been in the same time for a long time. When you start adding new layers of perception, then it takes a little bit of adjustment, but after a few weeks it's done and it's forever. You become a new version of yourself, and yeah, feels good. Feels good. Another thing that I want to talk about in this segment is music. It's music. A greater perspective is a rhythm. It's a rhythm of musical notes. It's a beautiful composition, and dance, flow, move. Remember to release and to get acquired to the new vibrancy with the style that is you. It doesn't have to be like electronic music or like it could be classical music. It could be a nice poetic music. It could be Spanish songs. It could be the sound of a guitar, of a handpan, of a ukulele. Listen to Hawaiian music maybe. I just let you know that if you come to one of my experiences, there's a lot of dancing going on, and you're not gonna be able not to dance. All right. Even when I do workshops, there's energetic movement. So with any energy flow, usually I ended up dancing. So just start getting ready for it. If you're shy, awesome. I have seen people switching from shy to overexposed. I have seen myself many years ago. I was completely shy. I was really insecure in senses, in a way, for moments in time. And then, like I see when I jump into spaces where people is more like welcoming, then like I go to the sky a little bit, like borderline with nuts. It's all good. It passes. Then like, oh shit, that was alright. That was intense, but it's just part of the process, and nobody's here to judge you. We are here just to embrace the beautiful self that you are in whatever expression you have. Yeah. How do you see the world that you want to create? This is very important. How you enhance your perspective. You're already feeling great. You are in a new step of reality, a stage. You are performing yourself in a new scenario, and there's beautiful compositions going on right now. But how do you see the reality to be? How do you imagine the environment? How do you imagine the clouds passing through the sky? How do you imagine the sounds of a city? When you change the reality, how do you imagine yourself? How do you imagine the colors of the streets? How do you imagine people doing things? How do you imagine reality? I tell you, how do I imagine reality? I am walking downtown San Diego, and I see the whole street is full of persimmon trees, and there's these little hanging baskets that they have put below each persimmon so it doesn't fall in the ground. And there are so many birds. There is people growing cucumbers and tomatoes on their balcony, and everybody's sharing the abundance. And there is all around, there are forests, there are more trees everywhere, there are more animal species, there are more insects, there are more bees, more butterflies, and literally there's no cars, there is just ways of transportation, but people don't need to transport, but they just go to co-create with other people in places, and they create energetical shapes of abundance in a sense. There's floating gatherings where people compose what is going to be the next adventure into the galaxy. There's abundance, there's ways we have learned to manage the energy, and there's a plentiful energy. We don't need to waste it. There is plentiful resources, there is different planets in which we cohabitate. There is balance, there is harmony, there is happiness, and there is joy. There's a harmonious giving consistently action to giving back to nature, which give us all the abundance that we require. That's how I see the reality. I see myself doing what I'm doing now, being as observer, as guidance if needed, or just working in taking care of the tomatoes or taking care of the guava trees. I'm making smoothies in the morning and playing with the animals and the kids, and just doing that. And living in a farm probably, or living in a place where there's plenty of nature and there's plenty of clear waters, and I see when I look at humanity, everybody is taking care of themselves and taking care of nature, because when you take care of yourself, you take care of nature. That's how I see this reality. How do you see reality? How do you see the reality that you want to create? create with this greater perspective that you have acquired? How? I'd like to know. Let's dream and let's visualize and let's transform this existence into a more beautiful, danceable one. I see musicians on the streets. There's a beautiful town that I visited once in Oregon. It's called Ashland, and it was like paradise because there were musicians in every street, and there were deers everywhere walking the people's gardens. There was a co-op. A co-op is one of those markets. It's a cooperative. People owns the market, and they use a lot of products that grows locally, which is great. There's one in Ocean Beach too, in San Diego, People's Co-op. And there's the farmers markets. The farmers markets that are all over the place, all over California. Really, I don't know much about other states. Yeah, I think so. They have it all over the states. Funny thing about the markets is very few people go there. I wish more people. I think the only thing that should be is farmers market, so we don't go to places where they sell packaged produce. That's another beautiful vision. When we stop consuming, that's when you change reality. Stop consumption, reuse, recycle. Stop consumption. It's the hardest thing. I think I should talk more about it maybe in the next. How to stop consumption is literally stopping the way things flow right now. If you stop consumption, then you don't need. There's no use for politics and there's no use to an economy. Hey, welcome to the new reality. There's people working for the common good and doing fantastic. Everybody's in a place of abundance and everybody help each other. We help each other. We turn down the borders and we learn a multi-dimensional language. We are communicating in a more vibrational aspects, and we truly, from the heart, care for each other. That's a beautiful reality. Wars are for those who are in need of control. And that's a lower human perspective in which we don't resonate more. The new generations, a new perspective. The greater perspective do not resonate with that. And it's coming, you want it or not. And it takes in such a way that it's going to change so quickly. You'll see. Still hope for humanity, for not to aim for self-destruction or annihilation, but to aim for abundance and greater unity and a connection between ourselves and explore the galaxy and be a beacon of light for this civilization and for the intergalactic civilizations coming as well. This is Perkunas, the Catalyst, and this was a segment of a greater perspective in the chapter of the Universal Garden. I'll see you in the next segment.